What's up guys, today I explain you One Piece 1125 what to expect from the chapter. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe this channel, and now have fun with the video. One Piece chapter 1125 is just around the corner, and after a 2-week long break from Oda, fans are incredibly excited to see the story continue in a new direction after 2 years. The Egghead Island arc is officially over now, with the Straw Hats having left the island behind as well. Now, things are going to be far more exciting than ever before, and this essentially means that the story is going to get far more intense, and that the final saga is going to be special from here onwards. All eyes are on One Piece chapter 1125 right now, and hopefully, the chapter will live up to all the expectations that fans have of it. One Piece chapter 1125 will most likely throw some focus on characters other than the Straw Hats. The Straw Hats are on the way to Elbaf, and it might take them a day's journey to finally get there. Meanwhile, Oda can utilize this time in clever ways, and hopefully, focus on elements that are not directly connected to Luffy and his crew. There are many powerful factions that Oda needs to focus on in the final saga, and one of them is the Revolutionary Army. The Revolutionary Army is led by Dragon, and fans know that it is most certainly going to be focused on a lot more from here onwards. This is simply down to the fact that the Revolutionary Army picked a war with the Celestial Dragons and the world government, and by having essentially put the Holy Land under siege, a confrontation has already started. All that is left is for the God's Knights to descend from Marioa and engage the Revolutionary Army in combat. This is something Oda built towards in the Egghead Island arc, and hopefully, the payoff will come soon. One Piece chapter 1125 could pave the way for this exciting battle to happen, and hopefully, the series will deliver in a great fashion moving forward when it comes to this particular plot point. Oda could utilize this chapter and the plot points surrounding this to build Dragon as a character. There is very little that fans know about the leader of their revolutionary army, and his strength is something that fans have wanted to see for a long time. It might finally be time for Oda to showcase his strength, and hopefully, a proper showing will come in One Piece chapter 1125. At the same time, fans also know that Sabo has been away from the series for quite a long time now, and his growth over this time has not been showcased either. If there is a war against the Revolutionary Army in One Piece chapter 1125 and the following chapters, then fans will most likely see the plot being centered around him as well. One Piece chapter 1125 could also focus on the other Yonko. It has been clearly established by Oda that in the final saga that the Straw Hats won't be the only ones driving the plot forward. Luffy is the biggest player in the final saga and the one that Oda will primarily use to drive the plot forward. However, he's not the only one. There are many characters in One Piece that need attention and that are driving the narrative forward in different ways. As such, these characters are going to be taking up the spotlight as well. In One Piece chapter 1125 could potentially see one of them, or a few of them, get the spotlight. From among the Yonko, all the players are incredibly important. Luffy will most likely not be the center of attention in One Piece chapter 1125, but the other three could be. For one, Buggy is a character that needs a lot of attention and characterization due to his recent rise to the status of Yonko. Despite the shoes being too big for his feet, fans desperately want to see Buggy be worthy of this position and figure out what steps he takes to seriously lay claim to the One Piece. This is easier said than done, but it is something that the story needs to throw a lot of light on going forward. Similarly, Shanks and Blackbeard are two characters that Oda needs to focus on more. Blackbeard has been focused on in bits and pieces in the story, with the final saga giving him more attention than usual. But now, it is time for Blackbeard to take center stage as well, and potentially be involved in some bigger incidents, such as a war against the Navy for Garp, or similar major events. At the same time, fans would also love to see Shanks get involved more, and given that Elbaf is likely going to be his arc, fans would absolutely love to see the red-haired Emperor get involved in One Piece more and more from here onwards. Finally, One Piece chapter 1125 could potentially see the Straw Hat Pirates getting closer to Elbaf, or even stepping foot on the island. Luffy is quite close to the land of the giants, and it won't take him long to get there. Depending on how Oda wants to deal with the other scenarios in the world, Luffy could potentially get to the island in the next chapter, or it could take him a couple of chapters. Regardless, fans are incredibly excited for a new journey to begin in the land of Elbaf, and hopefully, it will live up to all expectations that they have and more. Getting to the land of the giants means that Luffy will have a new country to explore, new outfits to wear, new cultures to understand, and at the same time, new goals to reach. All these things make for an interesting arc, and after Egghead, the story certainly does need a major arc similar to Wano Country. Hopefully, Oda will deliver something similar in the upcoming arc, which will surely be full of excitement and deliver many interesting developments in the story. For now, fans are incredibly excited about which direction the story will take next, and all they have to do is wait for a few days before Oda finally drops the next chapter in the story and marks the beginning to the Elbaf arc in the most exciting fashion. A grand adventure for Luffy and the Straw Hat Pirates is about to begin, and this might just be their biggest in the story before they go to claim the greatest treasure left behind by Joy Boy, the One Piece itself.